Hey guys, my name is Seniac and welcome back to another episode of Full City here in Cities Skylines. Did I say Full City? Well, I suppose, yeah, it kind of is more of a city now than a town. This is Fool's Town. Guys, last episode, I installed the mod which enabled me to buy every single possible tile on the game. We did that when we built in one of the brand new areas our very own beach. Which is really cool because we're starting to get a lot of things set up in the city. So, what are we doing today then? Well, I did think about continuing on from this, but I feel like I'm going to give this some time to simulate through to see where we're at with the beach area. A lot of you guys give me some pretty sweet name suggestions for it, and a popular opinion about changing the name from Sunnyside Hill was just simply to Sunnyside Beach, which I thought, you know, fits really well, guys. Do appreciate it. Thank you very much for the name suggestions. I did see some for Falls Beach as well, but I thought, you know what, I can't go that far. That seems a little bit too crazy. So we'll let this area kind of run through a little bit, and I thought to myself, why don't we get set up on a certain feature and area? And then it kind of sparked another idea in my head. Because what I want to do is eventually have, just like how we have over here, this canal system running through, I want a second one. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with it or where it's going to go, but I want it kind of to come over here and down here, because this is kind of, if you look at it, a little bit flat in certain areas. We're going to run alongside the highway and over there. Again, I'm not too sure what we're going to do with it, but if I want it in, then I need to make sure that I kind of think about it now. Because if I start building, there'll be no room to kind of cut it in and add it in. So I thought to myself, right, because we got rid of all the industry, this export area here is kind of no longer needed. And then if we get rid of that, we've got this crazy junction set up for the roads going over. Now, they were all there because we had to filter traffic from different angles, different routes, because of how populated this depot once was. So for myself, why don't we just get rid of it? Completely get rid of it. Bring the canal system in here and push down there. And then it sparked another idea. Why don't I use this area over here near the airport, slightly industrialized, you know, anyway, but create... I'm a bit sick, guys, so excuse the sore throat and the coughing and the sneezing and the snuffling. Why don't I create a water treatment plant? This is where we process the clean water, where we process the dirty water, and so on and so on. How cool would that be to create a water treatment plant? It would be pretty dope, wouldn't it? We've got a lot of work to do before we even get to that point, so I'm going to kind of pause it now. And we're going to delete this here. We're going to delete this here. So, hasta la vista, baby. We're going to have to connect, or get rid of these, this, and this. Get rid of all of that. We don't want it. Get rid of that. Right, we'll connect the trains underground back up again right now. So, let's go down. Where is the connection? Oh, okay, it already is connected. I didn't realise that. We just had a small connection there. Ooh, we spin all over the place. To kind of get those guys all hooked up. Which is pretty good. Sweet, mate. No skin off our nose. So let's get deleting all this then. So we'll get rid of the actual the additional feature to it at the moment. And we'll keep in the basic structure, which was once the roundabout, as you can see just there. Oop. Deleted the wrong part just there again. So I'll get that in just a second. So this was the original feature, this roundabout. Whether or not we're going to need the highway to go over in the future, I don't know. But as of right now, it's not needed. It's not needed. Well, we don't know that. We'll see. We'll see. So traffic issue straight away, you can see from the get-go. So we'll make these guys merge there and you there, so it kind of keeps that flow of traffic going smoothly. Gets a little bit crazy over here, so we do the same on this side. If we can. And we'll just see how everything goes and flows. If it gets too much, we'll revisit it and check it out. But this leads me onto this area then. So I want to designate it to be our water treatment plant. Also, our canal system. Now, the canal system is just going to come in and just go past. It'll probably be one of those things where it comes in here and then bends and goes at that direction, so we have to make it go underneath, make the highway go over it. Oh, I'm so sick, guys. I do apologize. So we're gonna have to think about getting that in there. So let's see then. We're gonna go for a really wide one. Do we go wide and low, or wide and deep, or wide and very, very deep? I think we're just gonna go like medium length. So if we bring it, let's see, in here. Okay, we're gonna have to pause it again and just kind of delete the underground system just there. We'll relink it back up, but just enough for us to get the canal system in. So there we go. And we're gonna have to delete all of this as well, unfortunately. We'll come back to it in just a moment. We're gonna have to delete this. We'll delete this again, and we'll replace it in. So let's say this is the angle that we're going to be going for. Now how does that fall in? It creates quite a wide berth there for it. So what if I delete that, and then here we'll go for a more shallow one? Does it change it by much? No, it doesn't really change it at all. But then again, it could look totally different when we get the actual water flowing in, couldn't it, really? Right. So with that said and done, we'll first get these guys hooked back up before we do anything major. So we're going to bridge it straight away there. Can I get it to go across? No. Okay, what if I did a bridge first? Space already occupied, apparently. So, do I need to put water in first? How did I do it in the past? Oh, in the past, I didn't use such wide canals, did I? So, let's maybe not use as wide as what we've got. Well, I could use like a wide mouth, couldn't I? Yeah, we'll do a wide mouth to get in and out. Like that. Yeah, it seems good. Which I should be able to pass the highway over a lot easier now, shouldn't I? So up to this point, we'll bridge up. There we go, perfect. And then bring it straight down. So same with this, bridge it up there, straight over and down. It's a little bit crooked, so let's use the move it tool to get it lined up perfectly. Oh. We're dancing all over the place there, aren't we? There we go. So we create a slight little bend on these. Beautiful. Right, so we'll get a train underground hooked and linked up again. So we have to go down a little bit deeper. Oh, we have to go down quite deep, don't we? Right, let's come from a wide berth, a wide angle, to get that level. So as far down as I can go, and it won't allow me to go underneath, which that's fine. Because what we can now do, because that comes from over there, we could have it somehow, so it comes from over there. Now, how would we want it connecting up to over here? Because we've got so many routes in so many different ways. So we could have this completely go... Am I... Right, this is the issue we're now going to have, isn't it? Right, we can delete this back further. And we'll connect it up to that. So, keeping it underground, that connection still goes, and it connects to the junction just there. Perfect. So pretty much we're swapping the side in which it's connected to. if that makes sense, right? And then do we have any way just connect that under there? So if you're coming down there, you ain't got to go round. You can just go straight in. Should be fine. We'll see. But the train should now be semi-connected back up. Water should now be able to flow in. Just give it a chance. I mean, it's very high to get up to that level, isn't it? I don't know if we will be able to get water to flow up to that level. We might be able to. We'll see where it kind of pushes to. We'll see where it kind of pushes to, but let's kind of get back up to the ground level here and delete that part. As we now continue to push it. So we were using this medium one. And we'll get this bend on. So it will kind of turn, come forward a bit. And then go like that. And then here, we have to create a big ditch, which is going to be our water treatment plant, which is going to be very exciting. Very, very exciting. So the water does flow up, which is perfect for us. Perfect. We just need to create a route for this. So let's say it kind of filters up to there. And then that's when we'll eventually get it to go across and under on that side to filter round. Because the airport is going to be slightly in the way. But we won't worry about that too much just yet. But what we will worry about, though, is making the hole. So I need to... Wait, why is that doing that? It won't deselect off that tool. And I don't know why. It won't deselect off the going up and down tool. And I'm not sure why. And that's not gonna be great for us, is it? That's not gonna be great for us in the long run. I might have to reload the game up. Because this is not doing what I want it to do. I mean, I could get around doing it, but that's not what I want to do. Right, we're going to save the game. I'm going to reload it, and hopefully then it's... So I've got it back to a certain degree, but I'm not quite sure if it's working correctly. I don't know. So we're going to take it from a certain level, and hopefully... Yeah, this should now semi-work. So we're going to push it quite far back. We'll bring it up a bit more than that. Because that's a bit too... So I can't actually change the brush size because the options are not available to me at the moment. So we'll do our best. Apparently water's now flowing in, which is quite interesting to see. So we'll create this little kind of almost like a square ditch to begin with. There we go. Flatten all that out. Which is going to be a water treatment center, of course. Now we need to kind of also change up how it kind of looks and works. So if I take this level and brush it out. So what level are we at here? There we go. Kind of smooth that out a little bit. So we can create an inlet for the water to flow in. But also, if we bring it around the edge, we're going to create a rim around the edge as well, which is going to be handy for us. Create that square a bit more sharper. Good, 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 good. And then we want to create like a little kind of line and patterns in for the various areas. So we kind of first need to get water in, but before I do, if I can get this just right. So bring a line down like that. And we have some water pumps on that one side. And we've got space over there for the other treatment plants too. This could be very, very interesting. So I don't know why it's not appearing. I might have to like double... See, we've got the brush size there as well. So I'm not sure why it doesn't appear for the terrain. Because we had it last episode and we was messing around with all this stuff over here. So I don't know where it's gone walkabouts. It's hilarious, that is, isn't it? Right, anyway. Okay, so which is the water one again? This water structures. There we go. It's weird, isn't it? It appears and it doesn't appear. So we have to kind of connect this up in a way. So we'll connect it via here. And that will funnel water into this area. So we'll fast forward it. And again, bring this down there. All good stuff. And then we do have the option to use these flood walls, or we could do the, whatever these are called. I forget what these are called now. But a shoreline is required to get those in. We'll kind of see how far we can go with this. Wait for the water to get placed in first before I drop these down. Can I place them at the very top? Can I take a snapping grid off? Alright, we'll place that to there. And move that down. Because my question is... Oh dear God. Can you? Alright, can I... Why can't I bring that up? Right, we'll delete it. Can you place the stuff that I need on it? Like the water pumps and stuff? Because if so, that would be perfect. Alright, bring this down to here. And stop it off of there. So if this works and does exactly what I want it to do, this is freaking genius. So we're going to push these over as much as possible. I can sort where it doesn't quite match up out anyway. I've got an idea to kind of sort that out. But we kind of flatten all of this. I should really be testing out if I can put the water source down first. Yes, they go on the edge. Perfect. Right, knowing that, we can continue on, guys. We can continue. So I'm thinking we put a water source in here. Like a small one, just so we got constant water coming in or out, or whatever we may, want to do with it. Because it's going to be pumping up water, and then we have the sewage waste. We're not going to use pumps to dispose of the kind of garbage water. We're going to use those basins which clean the water. But let's sort this out here. So what we can do is kind of, oh, don't want to bend it. Where's the point of it? Like that to there. Like that to there as well. see how that goes. But it looks pretty good, doesn't it? It would be nice to smooth this out. Oh, okay, we got the option to smooth it then. Not sure how. I think you got to press it twice. Alright, can I just get rid of the lip for the train tracks? I really wish we could increase the size of this brush though. I'm not sure why we don't have that option. But at least we still got everything else, so I won't complain too much. Right, good stuff. Okay, so we've got that in then. The little water plant area looks freaking cool. So let's drop down now. So how much water consumption do we have? 3.3 million. And what do these do each? These do... So we pretty much need like 10 of these. So this could not be enough. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So we've got 15 down, which is actually the perfect amount for our little water treatment area. But this is going to suck up so much water. It's going to be like no water exists in this area, which is why I need to place down little let's get rid of this pipe in there. Little what's it called? Water sources. Well, they're all hooked up, but obviously they have no power whatsoever, and they're going to drain all the water. So if I pause the game now, while we drop in a water source to that level, so hopefully it can suck it up, or enough. We'll give them power so they work, so we don't overflow our city. But that will be interesting now. That would be interesting. So our water kind of production is going to go through the roof. Which means, where possible, and that we have one, I'm going to delete it. So there's all the sewage over here, which we're going to be moving. All the water's over here, isn't it? Yeah. So delete you. Delete you. So saying goodbye to all of these, and we have some over here as well. And we're replacing them with everything in our water treatment plant, which we need to build a road and everything up to it as well. So that is all the water production that I originally had in, has now all been pushed solely to this area. So you can see where we need multiple water sources now at this point. Because it sucks it up too quick. So we need more. We need more. So let's place it now. I'm going to pause the game again. Place one on this side. And drop it there. Ooh. We'll place one. Alright, just there. And hopefully it doesn't cause us too much issues with the extra ones. So it looks like the water's building up, but they should be sucking it up just enough. And can I lower this here? Yes, I can. So we have lots of water in this area. And I don't know for the sake of it, having just a small one there, just so we don't have the little water gap. So we'll have a little bit of overspill just there, but it should disappear very soon. And they should have all the mighty sucking power to get it all up, which is pretty cool. So now we need to do the basins and stuff. Are they called basins? I keep calling them basins as if I know what I'm talking about. Yeah, basin, there we go. We need to use those. So we're first going to create or build up or kind of get our industry road. And we'll have it, do we have its own little area coming off there? I'm not too sure whether we should or not. But I kind of need to maximize this area. So I'm going to put the little snapping grid on. And let's choose this road here going down by 2. This road can come down as well. Now, how much water, I mean sewage, do they kind of clear versus how? So we need quite a few of these as well. So I'll pause it so we can delete these pipes, as they're not needed just yet. And we're going to have to sort out the whole piping game that we've got going on right now. Well, the road game. Piping game? What am I talking about? So, if I start with a road that comes up to here, so we can get a load going down there. Oh, I don't like all this road, this nonsense that we're going with. Right, so how many can I squeeze on this? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Right, we're up to 8. So I can push this down as far as possible. And then push that up to there. And how big are they in terms of tiles? It's kind of really hard to work out. So if I just do that quickly. No, I'm over by 2. So I'm going to connect there. So that connected there. So that should be enough. Yes. Now I might be able to squeeze one more in. Yes. Right. Sweet, mate. There we go. So we got a couple in there. So let's bring this road round then. So we're going to create an entry point up here. And I believe we do have a kind of a larger version of this road. That kind of filters in. So if I delete that and that. And I don't know if we're going to be able to create a bend. Well, it looks like we can. How much more of these basins can I potentially squeeze in? Because we're on a little bit of a lip there on the road, aren't we? So they get thrown down there, which is pretty sweet. But again, I'm just not liking this bend now. I'm getting very fussy with this, aren't I? Right, if we have that, I'm going to take the snapper off. Go up to there. And which means I can squeeze a couple more in just here. And then with the snap back on. I wonder. Right, that gets created there. Right, so we got a couple just here, which is good. And then that in and outlet road, the big industry version of it. If I create that going up. And then let's see. I could use some going down here as well, which will be pretty cool. But I don't know if that is now sufficient enough to be all of our sewage needs. So we'll connect it up anyway. So wait for them to be all up and running. So we know what our maximum is. Well, while it's doing that then, why don't we delete the rest? So the outlets that we have pretty much are all over here. So we'll start to get rid of these. We'll get rid of these, like these kind of ones first before we approach the other basins that we have in. And then we'll see what our stats are at this point. So we're at 6.2 million. Our draining capacity. Should be able to delete these as well. And then that is literally all the sewage outlets we have pre our water treatment plant. And we've got 5 million units going out. Oh, okay, this is more than enough. This is more than enough. This is perfect. Okay. Okay, this is pretty good. So this whole junction area here, I'm not a huge fan of it. But this is set up perfectly. Now, we got some garbage issues right now, but we can handle some of those issues. Let's see. So, do I go for these? Oh, we're going to power on these? What's that hooked up to? Just to there? Okay, yeah, I can see the power issues. Right, okay. So what we'll do is get one of these big boy incineration plants. And it would be pretty cool to have it. Now, I don't think I'll go for one of those. Floating garbage collector? Nah. I need a good green energy, don't I? So we got a large recycling centre. Normal one. That could just go there. And then just for now, just so this is connected to power in some way, shape or form. We'll do that just so this whole area has got power, so we do have the draining capacity. The little brand new little garbage plant up there, which kind of looks like a maintenance entrance building to this area, which looks pretty cool. Not gonna lie to you. But this is pretty dope, isn't it? We've got a couple of trucks now making their way down to pick up the garbage from this area. And again, this canal is going to be used to funnel down. So this is like the entry start point there, which is so damn cool. Okay. Walls and fences, if we can get them to appear. We have oil industry fence or farm fence, forestry, zoo, amusement, park fence. I like the look of the forestry one, but I don't know whether that will fit. Or the ore industry one. I kind of want to see what this one will look like. Right, take the snapping grid off. And we'll start it from here. So how would this look? So that's roughly the size of it, which is pretty decent if you ask me. So what I want to do is... Well, that's as far as I can take it. Is put some sort of a fence down. Well, I will do like a nice... what's the word? Bend to some of them. In just a moment. So if we do it like that. And then... Oh, they delete quite large panels, don't they? There we go. That gets connected in nicely there. Delete that and that. Just bends the fence round nicely there. And this is a very ugly one here. So we'll get a nice little connection up now. So a nice solid fence that keeps us this whole area together. I like it. And we need to do one on this side as well. We'll kind of go for this bending one there. So we start without the snapping grid. Bring it to there and then start bending it. I'm going to have to kind of stop there for now. As I, you know what, we're going to pause it. We're going to sort this highway out. So even though I said it's got nothing, well, we shouldn't really connect it up, I feel like we should. So we'll try something with this highway, because it's going to annoy me if I don't. Right, so let's bridge it up. And create that. And let me delete that. I didn't have the snapping grid on. So that's going to be a big help towards us. So start there. Oh no, I'm going way too far over. Well, we need to be a little bit further back. Alright, there we go. And then if we can borderline get this going in the same direction almost. So that's what we wanted to do. Okay, it's not 100% perfect just yet. But let's see what we can get from this. So with the bend, right. It's probably best or easier if I delete this, and then we'll redo the road underneath it. Right, where's that? There it is. We'll use the move it tool now. There we go. So that bends round nicely. We'll do like an on and off ramp for each area. Now bring it back a bit just there. We'll just get rid of the road underneath it. Make it a little bit easier for us. So bring that road up a bit. Bring this road down a bit. Right, I feel like we should have bridged this up when we did that then. Alright, so bridge it up. Bring it down. Just so in that way, when we come to here, we're already in the sky, in a sense. There we go. And then all we've got to do then is connect these up underneath. Now, they probably won't connect up on this side, and that's because we have the pillars of the highway just there. But with the glorious that is, or the gloriousness that is the move it tool, when I can select it, And why can't I select this on its own? Because normally you can select the little pillar structure on its own. Is it just the angle that I'm at? Let me try and go on top. Well, let me see the view. It's more this one, isn't it? Right, we'll see what that's done. So we hit both of them. And it's really annoying me that I can't get to that structure, that pillar. Right, hold on. I don't think it's going to let me, is it? Right, that's fine, because I can push that back. Push that back. And we still hit that one. So we'll move these out of the way, and then we'll readjust them to get them back in. Right, there we go. So yeah, this looks shocking at the moment, but we can move this. Right, there we go. That's all good. Well, that's all good. Okay, so that bends quite nicely. The only downside we got is that doesn't connect to this in any way, shape, or form. So what we can do is here is have, is this the 2-lane one? Yes. Have this 2-lane one that just kind of comes off at this point. There we go. And should we have it bending? Like that in a way? So that connects that to that one. Then we need one that runs down here. Oh. I have to delete that a second. Just not make that so harsh of a turn. So then that gets that side connected, but this is where the interesting one happens. Because the plant's here, we have to bring this one down and spin it on. But this one can also be spun and filtered on too. So this one could be going back on itself. Let me just sort out the this here for the monorail. No, yeah, monorail. Sorry. No, where's the monorail? This one? No. Wait, what's this one? Tram? Metro? Ah, monorail's up here. I always get confused with that. Alright, let's delete it. Alright, let's lower those because they're very high. See, look at this one. That one I can select the pole almost. Right, there we go. Good stuff. So this one's going to be quite fun to do, this road. And try and get in. So coming off here. We'll take this snapping off. Right, so we want it to actually... No, actually no. Oh no, I'm getting this wrong, sorry. So this is the one that we want to connect up to there. So it'll be like it comes off and then goes up. This one I can actually bring down. And connect up like that, which is fine. Just do a slight adjustment and maneuver to the road. But it's this connection is the weird one. Because we can't quite... Unless I can... create something like that. And then just try and bend the road a bit. Like that. So it's not as bad. It's just one of those things you got to build around the whole plant we created. And then things should be running smooth again at this point. So everything should be flowing. We now have a dedicated road that goes through the middle, so it keeps the traffic off the roundabout, if that makes sense. Which is even more handy for us. Flows through beautifully, which means we can now continue to place down the beautiful. Is that the right one? Right, let me delete all that because it was on the wrong one. I don't know what is going on with this game today. I think it's just having one of those days. Why has he gone so wiggly? What? Oh, no, no, no. Why am I doing it like this? Wiggly. There we go. There was honestly no reason for it to be so wiggly at that point. There we go. The fence goes around it. I will create a nice little bend on this one though. There we go. So it kind of puts a little fence around the place. We still got to add a few little finishing touches and decorations to it to kind of finalize it up. I don't know. What do you guys think about the fence? Should I keep it? Should I get rid of it? Small part of me wants to kind of get rid of it. It would make a lot more sense if we did that. But let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. But this is looking pretty damn good. Pretty damn good. So all of our sewage and water, like water needs and sewage needs, are all handling and all kind of taking place. All within this little area over here. Now what seems to be the problem over here then? So can we raise this? Or select that on its own. Or maybe... terraform this so it's at the same level. Does that flow the water off there? Hopefully it does. We should think about painting this to concrete as well. We'll go a bit bigger than that. So at least we get the brush on this. Which I find that hilarious. Let's bring it down a bit. So suppose we could keep the fence. Because what the fence does there, it kind of separates the concrete to the other area. I'll kind of like fine tune it in just a second. So with all the concrete in, it kind of does show you off the plant then, doesn't it? So we'll get it all fine tuned in just a second. I mean, I could keep that side as it is. Just kind of sort that out there. Paint it up to here. Because this is something else that I haven't really done anything with, is the whole painting aspect of one of the mods. So keep all that in. Sort this little side out there. Bring it down a bit more. So you're not going to get it perfect just because of how it kind of the game semi works. But we can ultimately try our best. I feel like I need to get this whole little area there painted. We will follow the curvature. That kind of goes round. There we go. Paint all that. We'll get this little section here painted. As if it was part of the plant. It actually looks really good, doesn't it, when you kind of see it like that. It makes you want to paint other areas. Look at how cool that is, because like the path is there, but you can't see the path. And that path is not even connected. That whole street has just gone weird. I don't even want to touch that right now. But if I get it all in. How cool is this? I should really pay more attention to this painting mod, shouldn't I? All the roads are twisted over here. I didn't even notice any of that stuff. How cool is that? We got a little plant in right now. A part of me doesn't even want to place in those fences. The more I look at it, I don't know. Let me know what you guys think about the fence anyway. There's still a lot we can actually do to this area to kind of make it look pretty cool and stuff like that. There's a lot of water being pumped out here. More water is being created by the little water tiles then that can be sucked up by the pumps, because you can see how the water now flows out, which is good because it adds to the river, which is good to see. Very impressed. Very, very impressed. So let me know what you guys think about my little water treatment plant. All the water needs are being made over here. Again, the reason I want to get this in right now is the fact that I need an entry point for a future canal. And now we have that in. So where this goes in the future, I don't know. But we've managed to do something cool in the city. We now have like little wires and stuff over here that no longer need to be there. We can now beautify this lake because it was previously once before used as a way to get all the water in. We can now do some cool stuff with it. A nice little lake. We'll eventually put this canal system into another lake somewhere else. I don't know if we will ever filter it down to the sea. I don't think we'll ever do that. But this area is looking pretty mighty fine as well. Lots of peeps using the paths. Everyone's getting down there. Very, very impressed. I love it. I love it. Let me know what you guys think about my water treatment plant in the comment section down below. And until next time, I'll see you all soon. So good. Bye.